So, in this conveniently timed double daily, 3 of 6, we're going to talk about anxiety and stress, why I don't think I ever had it before, or at least stress part in that regard. The anxiety different in different sometimes otherwise. If whether or not I've had anxiety and stress before, and if I had 5 different things that have given me anxiety and stress that are actually supposed to be good things and positive. So I'm gonna start off with that right away, real quick, before I explain the anxiety and stress part and why I haven't had it. Or even that first, I make up my mind, Tony. Indecisive, man. But the reason I don't think I've had anxiety and stress before is mostly because it could be denial. It could also be just a different way to find my experiences, perspectives, whatever you call it. But how New York, I'm still gonna get that. There's a long story about that, by the way. But life story stuff, actually, autobiography, I can get that too. Um, I don't think I've had at least stress before. I think I've had anxiety, both good and bad anxiety. However, Jordan Green describes that. Shout out to him. But stress, I don't think I've been overwhelmed. I don't think I've been at the point where I was like, oh, this is burning my head into oblivion, and then volcanic eruption in my head, and I'm dying in the inside. I haven't felt that before, but I have felt a light, elated in a sense of fear and both good and bad on a sense of anxiety. I feel a little indifferent about even saying that because that may not be true for me saying that, thinking that that's not true. But so and the short of it is I've had anxiety in different ways, unique and relatable. Again, use that phrase more often, that insightful phrase. And I don't think I personally don't. I've had stress before. Now, assuming that I've ever had anxiety and stress before, if I've ever had it before, and people who are saying that I don't handle stress well, however that works, but I'm not saying I don't just completely believe it. Maybe I slightly disagree, slightly agree, but how that works. Some people describe that like that. I think someone like that in my family has. But if I had anxiety and stress before, these are 5 things I would have had before. Now, bear in mind these are supposed to be positive and good things, but I'm gonna say them to maybe prove a point or be contrary, maybe unfortunately, because I'm just that stubborn, insightful, and arrogant. But here we go, because I'm just gonna be myself unapologetically. I'm gonna explain this real quick if I can. Nature, that gives me anxiety and stress. What else? Creativity gives me anxiety and stress. What else? What else? What else gives me anxiety and stress? Uh, Laws and rules. That can be a little bit understandable, but you guys are still getting scared even then when I say that compared to the other 2 things. Uh, 2 more things. What gives me anxiety and stress? Gives me anxiety and stress. What overwhelms me? What gives me elated fear, and good or bad? That could still be good and bad. But stress good or bad. Stress being good, anxiety being only bad. We'll start with those 3. It's okay. No, I do 5. Okay, so with nature, it's like I was either too used to the city, or I didn't want to. This is the oversimplification of it, but like I was either too used to being in the city, the chromatic concrete stuff and chrome stuff. I was either too used to that nature, and I didn't have to carry the weight. I love road rage, by the way. I love road rage. That can be a 4th thing. I love road rage. I love chaos on the streets and traffic and all that, in the freeways. I don't know why. It's like I think I do know why, but it's like I just like the idea of feeling free spirited on the road, even if you could potentially die at any given moment or just have craziness and bullshit. But that's just me. There's a lot I can say about driving on the road and why I don't have a driver's license and why I still love the aspect of chaos on the road, even if that makes me sound contrary and stupid and all that. So, unfortunately, but that concept can be connected to my anxiety and stress from nature. Now, the anxiety and stress I have from nature is because I don't want to feel entitled and blunt about the fact that maybe, just maybe, I'm not the only free spirited being and energy in the universe. And that makes me very angry to admit because it's like when I'm in nature, I feel like there's me and then there's the universe and then there's the nature. And then we can completely interconnected and not all be the same thing. We are all one or whatever. But I don't want to have to be too philosophical deep about that to make a point. The thing is, I don't want to feel like this is deep by the way, but like in a sense, but maybe not too overcomplicated, oversimplified, but that's overcomplication itself. It's like whatever. Still beautiful. But whenever I'm in nature, I feel very angry because I think of nature being an insult to myself because I think of it as not even anxiety. It will give me anxiety because it will be like it will be an insult to my life story. Nature, being in nature, being with the birds and the trees and all that. That will give me anxiety because that will actually make me feel an even contrary contrast to chromatic concrete or whatever you call that. Whatever you call like a freaking like built-in insanity for other people would be my bliss for me for some freaking reason. But like, or maybe that's me. Like, I love to see for some ironic reason. But maybe I'm lying about that. But if I'm lying about the nature thing, then fine. But the thing is that could be a possibility. That could be a beautiful thing, like significant acknowledgement to consider. is that could be cool. A very charismatic and attractive way of seeing the world is that being anxiety and stressful because of nature, not as a mending therapy from it, to mend anxiety and stress from nature. Maybe I'm being contrary, maybe I'm being sorry. I'm sorry about that. But nature does cause anxiety and stress for me. If I'm lying about that, I'm sorry. But the other thing was creativity, and the third thing was laws and rules. Now, laws and rules cause me anxiety and stress because I feel claustrophobic from doing the right thing. I feel claustrophobic from respecting other people and myself. I feel claustrophobic from avoiding disrespect and disobedience and irresponsibility stuff. I feel claustrophobic from responsibility, and I feel very much limited from doing the right thing, and I feel limited from even doing my very best. I feel limited from the reality, whether that's supposed to be world only cares about results or prioritize certain things, everything else doesn't matter, whatever. Or the way I see the world is so inane, man. I know I'm relatable to extent to other people, millions, if not millions of people, but it's weird. I didn't know. I didn't think the video was gonna get this deep, but I was very expecting it anyway. So I'm talking too fast forward. And the creativity thing was that I have a trust issue with creativity. That's why it gives me anxiety and stress. Creativity. There is a big gambit on how people use creativity to mend themselves in therapeutic stuff, and it's a beautiful thing to be able to have possibilities, even if they're supposed to do, again, follow the rules, law and order, and then not be anxiety and stress from nature, whatever you call that. Because all three of these, I'm just kind of a collection of being weird for being positive and good and still giving anxiety and stress. But with creativity, it's supposed to be not supposed to always be a solution or even be a beautiful thing. It's just supposed to be what it is and still beautiful. But the reason creativity gives me anxiety and stress is because I just have a trust issue with creativity in a nutshell. I can leave that open-ended for now, unfortunately. I could elaborate more, and I'm sorry if I didn't give you enough emphasis on that, but I'm just going to go off for now. I accept you, Tony. Remember, there's nothing more beautiful than desperation, there's nothing more devastating, pretend not to care. Stay safe and protect everyone. And I'll see you in the next Double Daily if I have time for it. If not, I'll try to time it for other days and try to catch up. If I don't have to catch up, it's okay. Whatever. Bye. See you guys. I love you.